Wow, that was abrupt.
I know I wanted to make it so abrupt. On this Sunday morning kickoff, Browns versus Steelers. This is our pregame show, part of the Fanatical Elves Network, Fans First Sports Network. Over there is Steve Gill. I'm John Suchan, and we are here to provide entertainment for a few minutes this morning as we prep you for the big game at 1 o'clock. Steve, we're playing the Squealers, and you were just telling me off air that the commentators for the game include the a relative of somebody who's playing on the field. You want to explain that?
Yep. J.J. Watt. T.J. Watt's brother.
Boo!
I mean, are we going to get an unbiased commentary? Hell no. By the way, this concerning the Browns, this might be the most entertaining thing you see today. So take it in, soak it in. Yeah, the NFL just keeps everybody said us longtime Browns fans are conspiracy theories, but come on. I mean,
Right?
first you ship them over to play Minnesota, who's been there a week. Then you ship them back, and they get Pittsburgh coming off a bye, in which Mike Tomlin is 14-4, coming off a bye. And then let's just throw in a J.J. Watt commentator during the game, and it's the number one game on CBS. I know it is because I'm getting in here in Nashville because the
Yeah.
Titans are playing in Las Vegas this afternoon. So,
Well, they're excited
gee
down there in
whiz.
Nashville. They got their first win last week.
Did they really, or was that more of an Arizona loss? I'm
I'm
going to
still,
say more of an
yeah,
Arizona loss because they were getting their butts beat until Arizona started showing why they're the Arizona
Hey,
Cardinals.
on that play where the kid fumbled the ball through for the Cardinals through the end zone. Doesn't the ball just have to cross the plane for it to be considered a
He dropped it
touchdown?
before,
You're okay, and that's where I never saw a real
and then it
great
becomes a
angle.
touchback.
No, I understand that. I just wanted to see a better angle. They always showed it kind of from behind, and I didn't think that was an accurate, video of showing where. I'm sure they had it somewhere, but I just didn't see it. So
Yeah, it's and then the guy intercepts, takes like 5 steps, and then fumbles. Then his teammate kicks it into
right,
the end.
yeah, that's like
Oh,
a Cleveland Browns thing over in the years past. So no,
yeah, it is.
Uh, so the Browns have a lot. I've wrote an article. I know you've written an article. There were a lot of trades this past week, trade wins. There's still people that are talking about what could happen potentially coming up before the November 4th deadline here in the NFL. Do you suspect any of these things could happen still with some of these other players? What are you hearing anything else?
Well, first of all, to put Joel Batonio on that list, a guy who's potentially going to retire,
Yes,
that tells me that list is erroneous.
bogus.
Number two,
Yeah.
the Browns didn't call Cincinnati. Cincinnati called the Browns.
Hmm.
They were perfectly happy keeping Joe Flacco as the backup.
Yeah.
But since Cincinnati called them and made such a surprising offer, that's where the surprise comes
Hmm.
for both Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry. They decided to do it. Yeah, a 5th-round pick? Hell yeah. And all you lose is the 6th round? Sure. As for the Newsom trade, they added talent. Tyson
Hmm.
Campbell's a better fit for Jim Schwartz.
Absolutely.
And then the other trade, Cam Robinson, everybody was screaming, find a left tackle. Well, Houston wasn't playing him because they're going with young guys.
Mm-hmm.
So why not? And if he turns out to be good, I mean, I'm going to give him a full week of practice before I, give him a
Hmm.
grade at being a left tackle. He only had one practice and one walkthrough with the starters
Yeah, that was the
because
week
they were
before you said,
flying to
yeah.
London.
Right.
So I'm going to wait on that. And if he plays well, you keep him around as a veteran backup. He's 30
Yeah.
years old. So why not? So right now, I see him adding talent, not having a fire sale. No
No,
one's
me
called
neither.
about
Yeah.
David Njoku, and they have no interest in trading David Njoku. Important thing there is, like I said, no one's called about David Njoku because they know the Browns will counter with a huge, huge demand. Now,
Even
as
though even
for
though he's in year 8 or year 9, I mean, he's not what he used to be. I mean,
you
he
say
just
that only because the tackle situation sucks, and he's been held in the backfield to chip and block.
for 2 years, 3
So,
years.
no, he had a hell of a year last year and the year
Well,
before.
I,
So, look,
yeah,
and as for Jerome Ford, as soon as Dylan Sampson learns how to pass block, I'm sure they would take
yeah, get him
anything
back.
for
Yeah,
Jerome Ford because right now he is a veteran running back.
sure.
He's a good pass blocker, and that's what you need in the
Hmm.
backfield. So we'll see how Conklin and Robinson do today. They may change their
Hmm.
mind. Um,
You think
I was surprised that
Tyson Campbell gets the start today?
I hope so.
Hmm.
Guy's big body.
He was starting when
He
he left Jacksonville.
Yeah, he was before they switched over to mostly zone. He was
Hmm.
considered their number one corner down in Jacksonville, and
Sure.
they were playing man to man. It's just a terminology. It's
Hmm.
similar defense, but it's a terminology that has to learn. I hope he starts. I mean,
Hmm.
he's the big body guy to put on DK Metcalf.
He's
I
got
mean, he
100
is
more
big.
tackles than Greg Newsome
He
ever
is
did.
big. He
Six
stands over
interceptions.
the other DBs in
Yeah,
practice.
yeah, yeah. He's an interesting, big physical
But
um,
also Dom
corner.
Jones is the rookie
Hmm.
undrafted free agent who I like a lot. Was signed to the 53, so and Jim Schwartz likes him a lot. To mention him by name to the
Hmm.
media tells you how much Jim Schwartz likes him.
Yeah, yeah. You could tell too listening to Jim Schwartz. I mean, I think he's excited about getting Tyson Campbell, and I certainly agree with you. I don't think that this is a they're not trading off everybody. I'm not like David Njoku. Going back to him for a minute. I mean, I know it statistically, at least last year, did he have? I thought the last few seasons he's been kind of going
No, he's had his last couple of years. He's had. I mean, the guy
five,
23
600
came
yards.
out and
Yeah,
played with a burnt face.
yeah,
I
that's a good
mean,
good observation. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Man. Yeah, he's been through a lot. I mean, I know he's demanded trades in the past too. I just wonder if he would be one of the guys. Joel Patonio, I agree. That's just ridiculous. But and I don't think why would
also
Joel
you
want to?
got to think
Yeah,
who's going to replace him. I
yeah.
mean, is Tavon Jenkins ready to step in for
Hmm.
either Teller or Batonio?
Yeah.
We know Zach Zinner isn't because he's always inactive. Um,
Okay.
so,
Yeah.
you got
Yeah.
to look at the entire forest
Hmm.
and not just make assumptions because they've made 3 trades.
Yeah.
Adding talent, not taking away talent. I mean, Dylan Gabriel, let's face facts, is better than Joe Flacco running this offense. I
Hmm.
mean, like I said in my preview article, they had 3 objectives against the Vikings: run the ball, no turnovers by the
Hmm.
quarterback, and when in the red zone, score.
Hmm.
Check, check, check.
They did,
So
but they ran out of scoring too early in the third quarter and
that is
couldn't put
correct.
some.
They did.
Yeah.
Defense makes adjustments too.
Yes, that's
And
true.
Minnesota is a very good defense, and they disguise things really well. So I'm going to let the rookie see what he can do.
Well, and
So
it's one game. He's had one game, and I know I don't want to. While I agree with you to a point with Dylan Gabriel running this offense better. I mean, it is Joe Flacco he's replacing, so I don't. As far as just quarterbacking, Joe's the better quarterback, but his mobility and those sorts of things obviously have been noticed a lot more. I'm not anxious, but it'll be interesting to see when Joe plays against the Green Bay Packers because you and I both know, most Browns fans know that the Browns didn't win that game against Green Bay because of Joe Flacco. So
no, they didn't,
I'll be I'll be interested to see how that offensive line for Cincinnati
which is
can
worse than the Browns, by the way.
right. Exactly. I mentioned it like it's a basket case there in Cincinnati. And I know every Cincinnati fan that I've talked to, they're like, "What the hell are the Bengals doing taking Joe Flacco?" So uh, it'll be
Yeah,
Yeah, the game's in.
They swapped out the guy with the second most interceptions for the guy with the third most interceptions. I guess that's an improvement.
I guess. I mean, I don't.
Maybe.
Now the Rams play in Baltimore today, and if they can beat Baltimore, Baltimore's 1-5, which would
Yeah.
which would be nice. And if we can somehow get this win, which it's today against Pittsburgh, yes, we haven't won in a while, but we did win the playoff game, which everybody wants to forget about.
Well,
And
they
and
they
Kevin Stefanski can beat Pittsburgh.
justify it with the fact that it was during COVID.
Yeah, and that he was sitting on his couch, and I understand all that. He wasn't there, but no, I mean Stefanski's beaten the Squealers over the years. He's got a
Yeah.
4-6 record, I think overall, something like that.
Yeah.
So I mean he can win, and if this Browns defense can play like they've been playing every week, and you add in someone like Tyson Campbell, now we've got to limit the the turnovers and that sort of thing today.
No
I know
turnovers.
the
Can
Squealers have
no
10
turnovers.
10 takeaways, which is second in the league or up there right at the top. And so if Dylan Gabriel and the Browns offense can play smart and keep the ball away from them, this game's going to be right there. They're 5.5-point underdogs. The last I looked last night, the Browns
I
are.
think it's up to 7.
Is it up to 7 today?
I
Okay.
think I saw 7 yesterday. I
Mm,
may be wrong.
okay.
I don't
Okay.
bet. So
Well, let's talk more about some
I know
of
the over under
particulars.
is really low.
Yes. Well, let's talk about
38.
that. Yeah, I saw that. I know Jeff Hartman at Fans First was talking to me about that the other day. Let's pause for a quick commercial break. This is the Fanatical Elves pregame show. We'll be right back. We're back here on the Fanatical Elves pregame show. That's Steve Gill. I'm John Suchan. We're talking Browns Squealers. I'm going up to hang out with some of my family, who some of them are Steeler fans. So it will
Why?
be. I know. Well, and it was the fact that my wife fortunately is not. She's a diehard Browns fan, like she, because I know I've shared my enthusiasm for the Browns. So but my mother-in-law is kind of both. So we're all gonna get together and hopefully we'll survive.
Early Thanksgiving?
Yeah, right. No, I think I talked to Jeff Hartman earlier in the week from the Steeler group there with Fans First, and he mentioned, like you said before the break, about the 38 points. Not a lot of points probably being scored between these two. How do you see this game playing out, and what are some of the keys for the Browns, at least?
Don't turn the ball over. It's quite simple. I mean, yeah, the Mike Tomlin is 26-6 versus rookie quarterbacks.
Mm.
But how many of
14-4
those years?
coming off a bye?
How many of those games did he have Ben Roethlisberger in his prime as his
A lot.
starting quarterback?
Yes.
A lot. So majority of the time. So this isn't your typical Steeler team. I mean, their record is 3-1, but are they really a 3-1 team?
Well, they've beaten the
it's
Jets.
a little bit of a
right?
mirage.
They beat the Jets. They beat Minnesota, and what was it?
They
13.
They beat the Patriots because of turnovers.
Yes.
If the Patriots didn't turn the ball over, they'd be 2-2 right now.
Yeah.
And they lost to I can't remember, but their rookie running back, Caleb Johnson, didn't know the kickoff rules, and he let a ball bounce into the end zone, and it was recovered by the other team for a touchdown. So,
okay,
they're really weird. I mean, Aaron Rodgers gets the ball out quicker than anybody, 2.5 seconds, but his yards after the catch are only like 7 yards.
Yeah.
And right now, the two players who lead the NFL in yards after the catch are DJ Metcalf and my favorite guy, Jaylen Warren, who I hate. I hate him, the Warren kid. I've hated him ever since he's just one of those Steelers I hate. Sorry,
right.
I hate him.
Okay, we're allowed to hate the Squealers.
So if they can control those two guys, I mean, they've got two great tight ends, and they are both like after 4 games, one has 65 yards, one has 71 yards.
Wow.
So
don't you think that could be Could that
The
be what they go to?
beneficiaries from
Yeah.
these quick passing short yardage things are Metcalf, Warren, and the other running back, Greenwald.
Mm,
So you got to control that. First of all, DK Metcalf is the one because I thought Austin would play and he's out, their other
okay.
wide receiver. So um, on offense, you're going to go up against a really good defensive line
Hmm.
and front seven. I mean, they get Highsmith back. They got Hayward. They've got, of course,
Hmm.
JJ's brother. Um, but yeah, the Browns wide receivers are going to have to catch the ball. They're
Hmm.
going to have to run the routes they're supposed to run. Isaiah Bond took a step back
Hmm.
last week. You're going to have to get Thrash involved. You're going to have, and
Hmm.
Jerry Judy is going to have to catch the damn ball.
Hmm.
I mean, knowing what I know about the the Steelers secondary,
Hmm.
second most blown coverages in the league. You can pass against these
Well,
guys
no.
who are supposed to be all
Well,
pros.
and even run the ball. I mean, they're giving up 122 yards a game, or the Steelers are like number 26 or 27 in the league.
They're
So
19th against the run, 30th against the pass,
yeah, so I mean, there are some real things there, and if the Browns can
and they got
concentrate,
Juan Thornhill back there.
oh gosh, that would be fantastic if we could score on.
Here you go. Here you go. The Steelers secondary. Slay allows a 75% completion. Ramsey a
Hmm.
70% completion rate,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
Thornhill an 89% completion rate.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
they just have to give Dylan Gabriel time to throw.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
And
And
then
they're going to
and you
have to
also have the
eventually
running game.
stretch the field.
Well, they
What's that?
got the run. The Browns have this running game with Quinshawn Junkins, and if they can really concentrate on that and really get Quinshawn the ball, 23 carries like
Yeah.
he did last week, I suspect that that's what we're going to see, and I think he's going to have another really good game. He's increases production every week. The other thing I think on the defensive side, I think Myles Garrett I suspect he's going to have a really good game today. I just get this sense like he's going to be one of the names we're going to be talking about after this game, especially if the Browns, get the win. I think when he
Um,
plays Pittsburgh, yeah, no,
the Steelers' offensive line has only allowed 30 pressures,
okay,
but the majority of those pressures are their tackles.
oh, so okay,
So
maybe the guys in the middle,
Isaiah McGuire, Alex Wright, and
the
Myles Garrett could have big games.
yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I just think Miles is going to be ready to play. I think with everything that's happened this week in the news with the Browns, and I think people are giving up on the Browns. If fans were disgruntled a little bit. This would be a huge, huge, huge lift, considering next week the Browns have Miami Dolphins coming to town, and they've been sort of spiraling out of control too. If they could get a win somehow here and then beat Miami, you're right back in it. And
Yeah,
Pittsburgh, if they lose this game, they're 3-2. Cincinnati and the Ratbirds aren't going anywhere either. It's a very winnable division right now. Right now.
it's it's a winnable game. Let's see if they can go and win it. Um, I mean, I'm resolved to the fact if they lose, well,
Yeah.
it's the Steelers. It's in Pittsburgh. If they lose 21-23,
Yeah.
it's going to be interesting to hear everybody complain. Um, you know,
Sure.
if they
Yeah.
play, they're unfortunately until the offense can get untracked, and now finally, hopefully, there's stability in the offensive
Yeah.
line, and that would help the offense get on back on track. If they get back on track, then it won't take a perfect game by
No.
all three phases to
No.
beat somebody. I
That
mean,
always.
even though
Yeah.
even though they beat Green Bay,
Yeah.
but two out of the three phases, defense and special teams,
Yeah.
played well, and until the end when the offense finally woke up.
Yeah.
But against Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh, all three phases are going to have to play near perfect.
Yeah, but not necessarily they have to though. I agree, like what you said earlier. I don't think they. I think that gets overblown sometimes, in my opinion. They're just way like you just explained, like the game against Green Bay, the Browns were able to find a way, even though the other groups did not do so well. So I think the Browns have every opportunity to get this win today. There are some strange things that happen in Pittsburgh when the Browns go there. Just every year, there's always it seems like there's something. If it's Deshaun Watson throwing a stupid interception at the beginning of a game, or if it's unfortunate when Nick Chubb went down, or years ago
Same
with
game.
Dennis Northcutt. Right, it was the same game. I was talking about that on my podcast. That's what I thought. I was gonna check with on that. So you reiterated what I was saying the other night. So um, yeah, it should be. I mean, it's going to be nationally televised. A lot of people are going to be watching it. I hope the Browns come prepared. Obviously, uh, the the heat, and I know that you don't believe that there's any heat, and a lot of people don't either. But there are a good chunk of our fan base who is very upset with Kevin Stefanski, and they're going to continue to be very negative with this game, especially if they lose it. So, yeah, I'm resigned to going into these games. You always want the Browns to win. I don't. They're going to have to, like you said, do a lot of things well. I don't think they have to do everything perfectly, but I do want to make sure that they need to establish the run. They don't need Dylan Gabriel throwing the ball 45 times. They need Myles Garrett to step up and make a name for himself. They need to create turnovers. They did create turnovers last week. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and if they can resist not turning the ball over and giving Pittsburgh any more that they already have, I go back to even the games years ago, like when there was the one home game where the Browns and the Steelers at the first game of the season they tied. Do you remember that? It went in the
Oh God, yes.
yeah, and it was rainy, and I remember my wife and I went together on that one, and
Overtime.
yeah, so there's some strange kind of games. Now that was the season in 2018 because Baker Mayfield hadn't made his first start, but it was kind of signs of uh, the tide turning because we were coming off of that winless season the year before. So strange things. So be prepared, everybody, when you're watching this game for unusual happenings. But it should
Yes.
be fun, and it's the weather is going to be spectacular. Temperatures in the 60s, good weather
Nice.
day. So, Steve, any final thoughts before we let everybody go?
Just I'm starting to agree with Sam. If they lose, you know, um, I hope they win. We all hope they win, except the Colorado Buffalo fans who want Dylan Gabriel to fail miserably.
Do you think there's a timeline on that right now? I mean, if you had or you don't want to really give a guess at that, as far as let's say the team doesn't win, and Dylan Gabriel's at the reins, do you think that shifts over to
Well,
Shador?
if it's Gabriel's fault, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if he keeps playing this confidently and this efficiently, I
Mm-hmm.
don't see how you
Mm-hmm.
replace him. If
Yeah.
it's the let's face facts, kid's good, um, and he is benefiting from his experiences at three different colleges.
Yes.
So yeah, but if the season, if even if they're kind of mediocre and the play is
Mm-hmm.
mediocre, I don't know. I don't envision them getting into a blowout and sticking Sanders in. They might. I mean, if
Ah.
week 6, 7, week 12, 14,
Yeah.
and they're getting their ass kicked, or they're kicking
Sure.
somebody else's ass, which
Sure.
is highly unlikely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get the kid in, let him play a few snaps, feel a real NFL
Then they
pass
play
rush.
Tennessee there at the end of the year. If both teams are kind of dreary, maybe to have Shador go up against
Cam
your
Ward,
kid Cam Ward. Yeah.
he ain't
Mm-hmm.
my kid.
Yeah.
I, he wasn't a generational talent. None of these quarterbacks
No,
were.
they weren't.
I've said that from the beginning.
I still have a lot more upside for Shador. I think that he could
Well,
still turn into something. But
all the Browns have to do
what?
today is put pressure on Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
His QBR goes down to the second worst in the NFL when he's pressured.
Okay.
And like we said Thursday night, they've been outgained in every game this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well, we'll see.
the
I think
offense
it'll be.
just has to be good.
Let's see if they can be good. Let's see if they can be good. Fingers crossed. Everybody, thanks for tuning in to our pregame show. Go Browns. We'll
Go
talk to you after.
Browns.
We'll have a post-game reaction later tonight, so stay tuned for that. Everybody have a great day. Go Cleveland. Cleveland
Go
rocks.
Browns.
Here we go,
Cleveland
Brownies. Here we
rocks.
go. Woof, woof.
Cleveland.